My dad finally looked up from his drink and said, "You're exactly like me, and that scares me." He said it like a joke, but his eyes stayed on mine a little too long. We were sitting in that tiny bar near the old gas station, the one he always picked because it was quiet enough for him to pretend he wasn't running from anything. I'd asked him why he never fought harder for our family, why he always slipped away when things got tough, and instead of answering, he ordered another beer. When he finally spoke, it wasn't the answer I wanted. It was the answer he'd been avoiding for years. He told me he used to think anger made him strong. That shutting people out kept him safe. That disappearing when life got heavy was better than failing in front of anyone. I felt my chest tighten because those were the same things people had said about me. I thought I was different, more aware, more in control. But hearing him say it out loud felt like someone holding up a mirror I didn't ask to look into. He said he saw the way I pushed people away whenever I got stressed. How I'd shut my phone off for days and pretend I was fine. How I'd smile during the day and break down alone at night. "That's me," he whispered, tapping his chest, "the part I prayed you wouldn't inherit." I didn't know what to say, so I stared at the table and counted the scratches in the wood like it would calm me down. Then he admitted something I never expected. He wasn't scared because I was like him, he was scared because he wasn't strong enough to change himself, and he worried I wouldn't be either. That hit me harder than anything else. For a second, he looked smaller, like the weight he'd been carrying finally had a shape. He wasn't trying to lecture me. He was trying to warn me. He told me he missed birthdays and milestones because he convinced himself he didn't deserve to show up. He said he let good people walk away because he thought they'd eventually leave anyway. He said habits become walls, and by the time you realize you want to climb out, you've forgotten where the door is. I felt my throat burn because deep down, I knew I was already building those same walls. I asked him if he thought it was too late for him. He took a long breath before answering. "For me?" he said softly. "Maybe. But not for you." He put his hand on mine, awkwardly, like he wasn't sure if he was allowed, and for the first time in years, I didn't pull away. Outside in the cold, he lit a cigarette like he always did when he was about to tell the truth. He admitted he used to sit in his truck outside my school plays because he didn't think I wanted him there. He said he was afraid I'd see the parts of him he hated the most. Hearing that twisted something inside my chest. All those years I thought he didn't care, he was actually drowning in guilt. Then he told me he drank because it made the world quiet for a while. It made the thoughts stop buzzing long enough for him to breathe. And when he looked at me earlier that night, he said he saw the same storm behind my eyes. "You hide it better," he said, "but it's still there." I wanted to tell him he was wrong, that I'd never end up that way. But I couldn't. Because deep down, I knew I was already halfway down the same path. Then he said one last thing, voice shaking like he was fighting himself to get it out. "Son, I don't need you to forgive me. I just need you to choose a life you won't regret when you're sitting where I am." It wasn't a command. It was a reminder that cycles don't break by accident. As I watched him walk to his truck, shoulders slumped, I understood something I'd never admitted before. I wasn't scared of becoming him. I was scared of waking up one day and realizing I never tried to become anything else.